Hey flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and I am in the middle of getting ready for my seedling sale. We are just 4 days away from the seedling sale. It is this Saturday, and I am just finalizing the plants, getting them ready. I started hardening the tomato plants off. It's super important because if you don't expose them a little at a time to the sun and the temperatures and being outdoors and the wind, then they don't have a great chance of thriving once they're in your customer's hands. So I have them out here on tables, and I've showed this a couple times in my videos. I move them in, I move them out. It's a really sunny day. They spent 2.5 hours outside in the sun this morning, and then we moved them back in because last year I had some sunburned plants because I left them for an entire day outside and they didn't like it too much. So we have to build up their tolerance for those actual rays of sun. So right now I am taking the plants that were in the 2-inch soil blocks and I'm putting them into these 4-inch pots that I have here. Look how great these plants look. This is a San Marzano tomato. I have so many of these. So I'm potting them up right now, and I'm actually using yarn and scissors and bamboo sticks. And that's how I, some of these, they start going a little left, going a little right, and I'm just staking them up because they are getting tall. These are some of the shorter ones. I have some that are about twice as tall as this. So yeah, they're towering over the bamboo sticks over there. So I am just using a piece of yarn just to keep them there for people when they transport them home and stuff like that. I also have basil in the basement that I have to bring up, pot up as well. Parsley, sage, oregano, dill. I have to get that stuff ready to go, and I'm basically just potting everything up, putting it in some fresh soil, and getting it ready for the sale on Saturday. Also, I don't have enough tables. I ordered more tables, and my father's letting me borrow a couple that are in his garage right now. So hopefully by the time Friday comes, everything will be set, really. It's a lot of work. I've been preparing for this sale for months, quite literally. I started many of these plants months ago. Oh, my long hot peppers too, by the way. Flower buds. Woohoo! People love to see flower buds on seedlings when they're purchasing them, at the nursery or stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna get going on these. The soil blocked tomatoes look amazing. I am not even gonna waste my time with anything else next year. They're all going directly into soil blocks. It's fantastic. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I had my first customer today. My first customer to the seedling sale that doesn't start for 4 days. My mom and my grandfather came, and oh my gosh, my grandfather's so cute. He was the first customer for the tomatoes. He needed them. He needed the San Marzanos. You can't find them around here. Nobody else sells seedlings of San Marzano, and they're the #1 tomato that everyone loves. So he was so excited to get his hands on some of them. I think he took 10 tomato plants home, an eggplant, a long hot pepper, of course, you gotta have one of those. And well, he was gonna take some basil, but he has got basil at home, so he said, save them for the customers. So, and then I think my mom went home with 12 tomatoes. So yeah, don't worry, we've got lots more. Okay, so I've been in here, it's been raining off and on. So I've been in the garage getting these ready. These are just resting straight out of the fridge for setting up for sale. During my seedling sale tomorrow, I'm gonna have a ton of bouquets available for purchase as well. So here's what it looks like inside my garage. It's the night before the seedling sale. Crazy. Got these beautiful trailing nasturtiums, tomatoes. There's stuff all over the floor too. Tomatoes, hot peppers. Over here we've got more tomatoes, and then we've got some squash and zucchini and winter squash. And even, down here we have the pumpkins. These are trays of pumpkins. I've got tons of specialty pumpkins. I'm excited about that. We're also doing little baggies of gladiolas balls, gladiolas. 10 in a bag for sale. This is the pastel mix. Go away. Go, go, go. Go away. Cucumbers. Cucumber. The sale starts in about an hour. We have to move all of this stuff outside, and then I have to set up the flowers. And in case we run out of the pre-made bouquets, I have plenty of stuff to work with to make more. So I had planned on making this entire vlog and showing all the events that's going on at my seedling sale. I was so swamped from 8:01 until exactly noon. that I was unable to do any of that. I think in the first hour, I think we had 40 customers. So this is just here on my lawn. It was too big for my porch. So we set out all the tables all over the lawn, and I priced everything very simply, and I had a huge number of bouquets available as well, and they were awesome. So I wanted to show you guys one of the new things that I have for my bouquet bar this year. So I ordered this online and it came fairly quickly. I'll put a link to it below. I actually ended up ordering from Harris, but they also have the same thing on Amazon, so I'll put both links down below. So this is just basically a bouquet display, and it holds 12 bouquets, but honestly, you can put 2 in each one of those holes, maybe even 3, depending on the size of your bouquets. It was awesome. All of my customers were commenting on how cool it was and how organized and how nice it looked. I was super impressed with it. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it in the long run. It gives that finished look, and it lets people see the tops of all of the bouquets, and now that I'm wrapping them in that craft paper, it really lets people see the whole bouquet, and instead of having to like peep into the buckets and stuff like that. And it's much easier to take them out instead of having to rifle through the buckets. I'm still going to use my buckets because I'm going to have more than just those. And I was also thinking I would use it on the bouquet bar for single stems instead of having, sometimes I would have a 5-gallon bucket with maybe like 10 stems of amaranth and then some celosia and a whole bunch of different stems in one bucket. I thought this was perfect. I can put, you know, different stems in the different buckets, and people could choose out of that, maybe like the filler pot. Like, oh, Brad Pitt decided to turn the dirt bike on. I swear, every time I pick up the camera, he's got to find the noisiest thing. Okay, while he's racing around the yard, I'll finish telling you guys about the seedling sale. It was so good. It was so good. I had my mother-in-law be in charge of taking the money because I'm really bad at that. Okay, all right, so here's what I do. Okay, so I was selling my 4-inch pots, my tomato seedlings, for $2.50 each. So let's say someone came to me with 6 pots. I'd be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $10. I'm always underselling my stuff. I'm always giving people deals, and that's not like a bad thing. Not really the best thing when you're trying to run a business. So I said, can you please be the person that totals everyone and checks them out? Because if I did that, I wouldn't make any money. So for the whole 4 hours, we did 8 a.m. till noon, and it was just a one-day thing, and definitely was worth it because I didn't have to worry about any of that. I was walking around answering questions. People would say they're looking for this, they're looking for that. I was able to point them in the right direction. Turns out, the San Marzanos were not that popular for my customers. Everyone came here looking for something to make with a BLT and cherry tomatoes. So those are the things that I'm gonna be focusing on next year as far as my customers. I'll still grow some stuff for myself. But anyway, so cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, and like the big beefsteaks for BLTs or tomato sandwiches. That's what people were looking for. They also went crazy for the morning glories. They also loved the nasturtiums, and let's see, a lot of the veggies did really well. The pumpkins, I sold about 1/3 of the pumpkins, not that many, but I have to say overall about half my seedlings sold, which I knew I wasn't gonna come near to selling out the tomatoes that I started, because I started hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tomatoes. I can probably give everyone in my town a tomato plant and still have more. It was just an unreasonable amount to start for my area anyway. I mean, if I went to the city next door and sold there, I think I'd probably sell out of my San Marzanos, but maybe I will. Maybe I will. It was definitely worth me doing it. I made as much as I did for the Mother's Day bouquet, so it was definitely financially profitable to do. Very time consuming, and I don't want to ever like calculate my hours of invested time into putting together that sale, but it was definitely worth it. So today I've kind of just been plopping things in the ground. I've been looking around, seeing what could be planted where. I've been pulling tulips like crazy. We're down to the last of the tulips, and I'm very excited about what's coming because the last of the tulips to bloom are the ice cream tulips, and they're looking awesome. Hold on, I just pulled one. So this is an ice cream tulip, and this is like just what the stage that I harvested at. It will get, like this part will get red, and then it'll get like bouffant and amazing, almost like a cupcake. So this is what I'm gonna offer my CSA members this week, along with some other things. I've got a whole lot of tulips going on, and then I wanted to show you guys the surprise tulips. I can show you, they're done, they're ready. So last year, one of my wholesalers sent me a paper bag with some tulip bulbs, and it was marked surprise. And so I sent him a message. I go, really? You're gonna make me wait? And he said, yup. So I have been waiting since last November to figure out what these beautiful things are gonna be, and it turns out there's something I had never even heard of before. Are you ready? Ooh. These are cool. These are called Sensual Touch. A little bit of a weird name, but it looks amazing. I am very sad to see the tulip season come to a close. Tulips are a lot of work with, you know, pulling and cleaning and storing, and a lot of work, but they are so worth it. Now he's got the pressure washer on. I have been taking a lot of photos of the tulips as they're coming into their beautifulness. I have harvested this week Angelique. Oh my goodness, she's so amazing. A lot of people were complaining that their stems on their Angeliques were short. Mine were not. They were at least 18 inches tall. Also have the amazing purple parrots coming in. And some people call those black parrots. They're that really, really dark, beautiful color. Some of the things that I have, the pink lily tulips, the pink and the yellow ones. And I really was curious as to why it was called a lily flowering tulip, because when I see them, when I sell them, they're just this like fluted beautifulness, and they're very pointy at the top. Well, I made a bouquet for myself, and I kept it, and I put it on the table when I was selling during my seedling sale, and now I know why they call it a lily flowering tulip, because they opened up completely to this beautiful lily shaped tulip, and it was just awesome. So that's what's been happening in the tulip patch, and the seedling sale, like I said, went really well, but I have something else that I wanted to share with you guys. Come check it out. So every single day, sometimes twice a day, I will come into the ranunculus bed and I will check for buds, and it's actually, quite honestly, kind of been depressing because I've been looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. And if you go by the calendar, so I started these and 90 days would have been May 4th. And 90 days is when you're expected to see your first bloom. So it is now May 15th. So for the past 2 weeks or so, I've been like spiraling down into a deep ranunculus depression. Like, did I waste my time? Like, I'm supposed to be able to grow these. What's going on? The third year was supposed to be my charm. And I just thought, okay, well, maybe I just should give up and not grow these. And everyone that I know, that I speak to, that grows these, that, you know, my grower friends are all like, just wait it out. You're gonna have so many flowers, just wait it out. So I've been waiting, and I've been waiting. And last night I found not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but now 5 buds. I screamed. I'm so excited that I'm actually, you know, getting something out of these. And I know the first couple of weeks the blooms are short, and then they get longer as the plants get older. But just to see and know that the buds are actually forming was a huge thing for me, because this is, like I said, I know you guys think that I know how to grow all the things. I don't know how to grow all the things. In fact, I've been very honest with you. I've never successfully grown ranunculus. This is my 3rd year trying. The first year, I got it too late in the season, and I planted it out, and I didn't plant it out until June, and then it was just too hot, and I got 1 red bloom. That's all I remember from that, and it was like 3 inches tall. So something that I've discovered over the past couple of weeks is I have a bird nesting in my peonies. So it's a killdeer, and a killdeer is one of those birds. It's very unique. It's got stripes on its neck, beautiful bird. And it's one of the birds that if you approach its nest, it pretends to be hurt, so that like a predator or something would go after the bird instead of the nest. So it's one of those defense mechanisms. But I almost stepped on the nest because it put its nest inside like the wood chip pile on my peonies. I had no idea it was there. I almost stepped on it. So I've been trying to give it its distance. The nest, the mom and the dad are around, and they're always around. They're right over there. And every time I go near them, they squawk and scream at me, and sometimes circle my head, and mostly just pretend that they're hurt on the ground. But I try to steer clear as far away as I can from the nest. There are 3 absolutely beautiful eggs in this nest. If you look up pictures of baby killdeer, oh my god, they're the floofiest little things. I can't wait to see them. But anyway, I did have to do some weeding around the peonies, so I am getting rather close, but I'm trying to keep my distance. You know, I don't want hurt the babies or make the parents afraid and have them abandon the nest. So I am keeping my distance as much as I can. So anyway, it's kind of cool having a little friend over there in the peony patch. I'm hoping, I was wanting it to get more used to my presence because I'm out here a lot. I'm harvesting, I'm weeding, fertilizing, doing all these things over here, and I don't want it to be like so afraid of me, but I guess, you know, that's nature. That's just, they're never gonna get used to people. So this is one of the buds on a butterfly ranunculus. The other buds that I found are not. Oh! See, I keep getting tricked. I thought that was a bud, but it's a dandelion. I just screamed when I saw that because I thought it was a ranunculus bud. It's a dandelion. Peonies are looking amazing. This is a coral charm. This is getting like awfully close. That's huge. So I'm really excited. There are probably 5 or 6 the same size. And then Coral Sunset is the next row over, and that's also looking great. So within the next few weeks, I really should have some ranunculus coming out. I mean, I think I have over 1,000 corms in the ground. I also have several hundred anemones, and those are doing well. So I had some buds early on, and then they dried up and fell off. So I don't know if they were damaged by the cold, but I do have some healthy looking ones out there. So I'm hoping within the next few weeks, I'll have those as well. So the peonies and the ranunculus, if I play my cards right, I should have those together. Fingers crossed, because I last year saw my first peony, I believe it might have been like June 15th. So we'll see. Let's see what's happening here. I do have some CSA members who still have some shares left, and they would be very excited to get some of those. So what I would like to do, if I end up getting, you know, when my peonies are established and when I'm able to harvest thousands of buds off of those plants, I would like to have a peony CSA just for the peony plants, for those buds, because they are hugely popular. Everyone wants the peonies. I have people waiting, chomping at the bit for them. So I'm really hopeful and excited to offer a peony CSA for my customers. And that would probably be 4 weeks long, just 4 weeks of peony blooms. So I'm also working on a video, kind of like a tulip review about every single one that I grew, what were my favorites, what I won't grow again, what I will grow again, and hopefully what I'm gonna be growing next year. I know this is a little bit of a shorter video, but I just wanted to bring you guys those updates while they were fresh on the top of my mind and while I have these beautiful tulips to show you. So anyway, thank you guys for sticking around, and we'll see you really soon. Oh, here's one. Here's what I'm talking about here. Oh my God, so nervous to even move them. That's why they need to be. Oh, that's a Santa Marzano tomato. This is a good one, but I've got to tie it up. I got to tie it up. I'm afraid it's gonna get knocked over. Okay. We're gonna stuff it in a quarter right now, because I gotta do my job. Empty Pringles, no big deal. Who doesn't have an empty Pringles can on their porch? It's not even, it's a Walmart brand Pringles. That's how I roll. Oh, is there a tick on my head? Nope, just a bug bite.